He even promised to take her along with him on his return back to the city. Abena, overwhelmed by the allure of a life beyond her wildest dreams, found solace in Attor's words. In that moment, under the starlit sky, Abena a long time ago, in the heart of Akrofu village, nestled amid forests and swaying palm trees, lived a beautiful girl named Abena. Her beauty was an enchanting blend of the sun's warm embrace and the moon's gentle glow. Her skin, the color of rich cocoa, radiated a natural glow that seemed to captivate everyone who laid eyes on her. Abena's eyes, the deepest shade of mahogany, held a spark of determination that hinted at dreams beyond the village horizon. Abena's parents, humble farmers in the close-knit community, worked tirelessly to provide for their family. They toiled in the fertile soil, hoping their efforts would yield bountiful harvests and brighter future. Abena, however, felt a yearning for more, a longing that surpassed the simplicity of Akrofu village. Despite the love and support she received from her parents, Abena was not content with a life confined to the routine of the village. Her dreams reached beyond the rustling fields and dirt paths. She craved a world beyond the village, a world where her spirit could soar like the birds that grace Akrofu's skies. The turning point in Abena's life came with the approach of the annual New Yam Festival. Akrofu was renowned for her annual New Yam Festival, a celebration that marked the bountiful harvest season. The festival was a time of joy and unity, a celebration of the harvest and a chance for the villagers to showcase their rich culture. Abena, however, saw the festival as more than just a local event. She saw it as her ticket to a life beyond Akrofu, as the festival attracted visitors from neighboring villages and even the city, drawn by the prospect of finding potential wives among the village beauties. As the festival approached, anticipation hung in the air, and Akrofu transformed into a hive of activity. Abena, with dreams of a life beyond the village, saw the festival as her chance to break free from the constraints of her modest surroundings. She became determined to be the most captivating maiden in the village square, catching the eye of potential suitors from far and wide. Abena threw herself into rigorous dance rehearsals, mastering every step with grace and precision. She spent countless hours perfecting her movements, never missing a beat. The village elders, impressed by her dedication, saw in her the embodiment of Akrofu's spirit. Abena's commitment to the dance became a source of inspiration for the other maidens, and soon the entire village marveled at the spectacle of their graceful rehearsals. As the day of the festival dawned upon Akrofu, the village square buzzed with excitement. Colorful stalls adorned with various farm produce lined the pathways, creating a vibrant tapestry of hues and scents. The rhythmic beats of drums filled the air, resonating through the hearts of the villagers who had come to celebrate the bountiful harvest. Abena, adorned in a radiant traditional attire that accentuated her natural beauty, stood among the other maidens. Their dresses mirrored the diversity of the harvest season. The sun cast a warm glow upon the village square, illuminating the anticipation in the eyes of those gathered. Among the visitors was Attor, a handsome young man from the city. Attor, a regular attendee of the festival, had a reputation for seeking the company of young maidens to satisfy his desires. His eyes roved across the assembled maidens, searching for the one who would captivate him this season. As the time for the dance performances drew near, the villagers gathered around the open space at the center of the square. The drums reached a crescendo, signaling the beginning of the highly anticipated event. The maidens, with graceful poise, assembled in a corner, their eyes reflecting a mix of excitement and nervousness. When the first note of the music filled the air, the maidens began their dance. Each movement was a celebration of life, a rhythmic expression of joy and gratitude for the harvest. The onlookers were entranced by the beauty of the synchronized dance, but one figure stood out among the rest: Abena. Abena moved with an otherworldly grace, her every step a testament to the hours of dedication she had poured into the rehearsals. Her eyes sparkled with determination, and her smile radiated a confidence that drew the gaze of everyone present. As she twirled and swayed, the villagers and visitors alike found themselves spellbound by the enchanting beauty that Abena exuded. Ator, standing among the crowd, couldn't tear his eyes away from Abena's mesmerizing performance. In that moment, amidst the vibrant swirl of colors and music, he knew he had found his muse. The festival's vibrant energy lingered in the air as people moved from stand to stand, purchasing farm produce and engaging in lively conversations. Ator, however, had only one person in his mind, Abena. Determined to claim her attention before someone else could, he scanned the crowd until he finally spotted her. With a sense of urgency, Ator approached Abena. His charismatic smile lightened up his face. Abena, caught in the enchantment of the festival and flattered by Ator's attention, reciprocated with a smile that mirrored the warmth of the sun above. The two of them began to traverse the festival ground together, discussing sweet nothings and getting to know each other amidst the colorful tapestry of the village square. As the festivities reached their conclusion, the villagers started to pack up their unsold farm produce. Instead of joining her mother in this task, Abena, swept away by the allure of Ator, chose to slip away with him towards the hills by the riverside. In the soft glow of the moonlight, they found a secluded spot to continue their conversation. The gentle rustle of the leaves and the soothing sounds of the nearby river formed a backdrop to their intimate discussion. Abena, feeling the connection with Ator, opened up about her dreams and aspirations. She expressed her deep yearning to escape the confines of the village and explore a life beyond the hills and fields of Akrofu. Ator, recognizing the passion in Abena's eyes, began to weave promises of a brighter future. He spoke of the wonders of the city, the opportunities that awaited, and the life they could build together. He even promised to take her along with him on his return back to the city. Abena, overwhelmed by the allure of a life beyond her wildest dreams, found solace in Ator's words. In that moment, under the starlit sky, Abena made a decision that will alter the course of her destiny. Driven by a potent mix of desire, hope, and the promises made by Ator, she willingly surrendered herself to him. The moon, a silent witness to their union, cast its silver glow over the riverside hill, concealing the secrets that unfolded that night. The 2 days Ator spent in the village seemed like a dream for Abena. Sneaking out of her father's house under the cover of darkness, she would tiptoe through the quiet village to visit him. On the 3rd day, Abena, feeling a mixture of excitement and anticipation, decided to take a bold step. She adorned herself in a seductive attire, her eyes reflecting a determination to elope with the man she believed was her boyfriend. Secretly packing a few belongings, she slipped away from her father's house and made her way to Ator's residence. When she got to his house, she was met with an unexpected news. Ator's neighbor, with a sympathetic gaze, informed her that he had left for the city earlier that day. Disbelief clouded Abena's eyes as she tried to comprehend the abrupt departure of the man she had given herself to. Refusing to accept the reality before her, Abena decided to wait. From morning until evening, she lingered in front of Ator's empty house. It was only as the sun dipped below the horizon that Abena realized the harsh reality. She had been used and dumped. Heartbroken and tears streaming down her face, Abena made the journey back home. When her mother questioned her whereabouts, Abena could not find the words to explain. Instead, she collapsed into tears, the weight of her shattered dreams and betrayed trust pressing upon her. In the months that followed, Abena's health took a downward spiral. At first, she attributed it to mere sickness and sought solace in herbal remedies. However, as her condition worsened, her mother, keenly observing the changes in her daughter, grew suspicious. One morning, she confronted Abena, asking the question that had been haunting her thoughts. Was Abena pregnant? Fighting back tears and desperate to hide the truth, Abena denied the possibility. But her mother, determined to uncover the reality, took her to the village herbalist, and with a solemn expression, the herbalist confirmed their fears. Abena was indeed pregnant. The news of Abena's pregnancy echoed through Akrofu village like a relentless storm, leaving in its wake the ruins of her once admired reputation. The same villagers who had once watched in awe as she danced in the festival now turned their gazes away from her with judgment and disdain. Every step Abena took through the village seemed to echo with the whispers of gossip and laughter. As she walked past groups of villagers, the air became thick with the venomous words of mockery. Some would burst into laughter, casting disdainful glances her way. Words like beautiful but lacks brains. She couldn't even use her beauty to keep the man, pierced through the air. Each remark a dagger that shattered Abena's heart. The weight of the village's judgment pressed heavily on Abena's shoulders, and the once radiant smile that graced her face had now been replaced by a veil of sadness. The culmination of this public humiliation came when Abena's father sent her packing. He declared that until she brought back the man who got her pregnant or his family to make amends, she was not welcome in their home. The very place that should have been a refuge now cast her out, making Abena feel like a stranger in her own village. Alone, abandoned, and carrying the weight of her unborn child, Abena faced a harsh reality. The lush hills of Akrofu, which had once been the backdrop to her dreams, now seemed to close in on her with judgmental eyes. The love and support she had once taken for granted had vanished, leaving her to navigate the treacherous path of scorn and ostracization. Sent away from her home in Akrofu, Abena found solace in her maternal home in Kokofu village. As the days passed, her pregnancy progressed, marked not only by the physical changes but also by the heavy burden of regret that she carried within her heart. Each moment was a reminder of the choices she had made and the consequences she now faced. Meanwhile, back in Akrofu, Abena's father, fueled by a sense of justice, reached out to Ato's family in accordance with their tradition, which required the payment of dowry as a prerequisite for accepting a pregnant maiden back into the society. They invited Ato back to the village to address the situation. However, to the shock and dismay of Abena's family, Ato denied any involvement with Abena. He refused to acknowledge paternity and rejected the idea of marrying her. As the months went by, Abena's mother stood by her daughter in Kokofu, offering support and comfort in the face of the growing challenges. The impending birth was a beacon of both hope and fear, as Abena grappled with the uncertainty of her future. When the day of delivery arrived, the air in the delivery room was heavy with a mix of anticipation and anxiety. Abena, weakened by the trials of her pregnancy, endured the excruciating pain of labor. Hours stretched into eternity as she fought through the torment, with her mother at her side, providing the strength that only a mother's love could offer. Despite their best efforts, complications arose, casting a shadow over the room. The pain intensified, and the baby, despite the desperate attempts to bring it into the world, remained stubbornly lodged. Abena's strength waned, and in the midst of the struggle, Abena gave up the ghost. Would you want to know how the story panned out? If you want to know, please make sure to subscribe, not forgetting to hit on the bell notification icon so that you will be the first to be notified when I post the continuing part of this story. Also, make sure to like this video, share with your family and friends, and drop a comment in the comment section about how you feel and what you have learned from this story. Till I post the next video, remain blessed. Thank you.